Medusa, Soul Eater. First off, let me do some damage control here. I understand Makishima is probably the much more popular villain over Medusa, so I'ma just justify that before the rating on this video turns into a lightsaber. It's not red anymore. Oh, YouTube, you have gone too far this time. Medusa is a powerful witch who's one of the main antagonists in Soul Eater. In terms of motivation, well, she believes in science, which is all the motivation you need to be evil. What I'm saying is that as a scientist, she believes in the idea that because of ethics, the evolution of science has been stuck in stasis. It's short, it's simple, it's solid. Welcome aboard the SSS. I don't know why I scripted this. It's not as complicated as Makishima, but I'm not sure if that necessarily makes Makishima deeper. Then again, Makishima wins points for explaining exactly why he has the motivation in the first place, so points to Maki-Poo on that one. Oh, that is so how I'm referring to all serial killers from now on. Medusa is also ridiculously smart and manipulative, and as the story goes on, she ends up using her smarts to control even the struggles between other characters so that she can profit from them. I mean, Makishima was smart, but it was never shown to the same degree as Medusa. Although Medusa isn't as distinctive, she's got a somewhat generically evil, sly personality to her, so superficial features are about equal. On the flip side though, Medusa is easily the bigger dick. You get really attached to a character named Krona as the story goes on, and okay, so for the record, this character is never given a fucking gender for no apparent reason, so I'ma just call Krona a she, because, you know, I'm all about that gender equality. You sluts. So Krona actually starts off as an antagonist, but basically only because of Medusa. Her own fucking mother forced her into that position. Our main character Maka befriends and helps her, and you really become invested in little Krona. Now, Medusa, motherfucking Medusa, tortures this girl, abuses her role as mother to make her betray her friends. Literally the only reason she had a child was for her own experiments. Holy shit. This character is fucking heartless, you've just got to resent her. Hell, somewhere along the line in the story, she actually steals and possesses a little girl's body. Hey, I see you there. Second last thing about Medusa. Do you remember when I talked about Molly and said she was the only humanized character? I lied. I also lied about ever saying that sentence, actually, but whatever. My counter-argument is shut up. Anyway, Soul Eater wasn't afraid to treat Medusa like a human. There are a lot of scenes where you really get to see what Medusa is like away from a master plan, and there's one amazing scene in particular where she takes part in the comic relief, and I love it. She just feels so much more like a real human being. Hell, she even seems capable of love to some extent. Of course, with all this stuff, it would seem like by my own logic, Medusa is the better villain, right? Well, unfortunately, she has a pretty underwhelming conclusion. Ever heard of the phrase Chekhov's gun? I know it really only applies to things, like props, but it's the same core reason. Medusa is built up as super smart with a huge master plan, but it just doesn't come to fruition. She just kinda dies. I'm sure it's probably different in the manga, but the anime, meh. Now, one last thing. I've used quite a few of my... Medusa has one of these. There's one scene where she just shows up to the DWMA, which is sort of like the main place of Soul Eater, where she knows she'll get detained from just being there, and she just straight up surrenders with a huge smirk on her face because it's all part of her master plan. It's good. And, I mean, like, Makishima has a couple of small ones too. For example, that scene I used at the beginning of the last video, and also the scene where you find out that the Dominators can't be used on him. Anyway, my point is that really... Oh yeah, on a total side note, damn, look at that body. My editor better play the right clips for that.